Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at probably my favorite helmet in my collection and by far my most valuable. And it's going to be this nice single decal M42 Normandy camo. This helmet is an original. Everything about it is original. It has a slight issue with it, which we'll talk about in a minute, but that's really not a big problem for me, especially considering the price I paid for this and the condition it's in. And the paint on this helmet is just, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. This is what I'd consider, and many others would consider, a textbook M42 Normandy, just based off the paint scheme. This is the paint that would have been probably, I'd imagine, used on vehicles, apart from a vehicle sprayer, which is where you get that's where that textbook, that really nice, just good looking, like even pattern, and compared to some of the other ones you see, which like might not be a Normandy, but this is one you can definitely consider a Normandy camo helmet, also called three tones. But now with the intro out of the way, we'll talk about the helmet a bit more and give you guys a quick 360, and I'll get into more like specifics about this particular helmet and its history. So on the front here, you can see some of the camo on the front. Mainly up here, we have that nice red, followed by the green, and then red again, and like a sand color. And you can see our decal. Now, with this decal, actually this helmet just in general, originally when I received it, it had, somebody had scribbled all over it with Sharpie, and they completely scribbled over the decal. They wrote a dove. And I was told it was either done by bikers or by hippies or somebody just screwing around with the helmet. But it was definitely post-war, just based off the type of marker it was. It was a Sharpie, and those hadn't been invented until like the 60s. So I had no issue taking it off. Some people would say, oh, you ruined the helmet by taking it off. Number one, it's my helmet. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And number two, it just looks better without it, even if it did get some paint damage, but nothing major. And actually the main part of damage is right here around the decal. Now the decal was already sticking out either way. There's no original paint over it, but around the edges it kind of got the paint got a little bit worn down from removal, and it gives it kind of a dug look, but I think it looks fine. Then again, like once again, I paid I'll say what I paid. I paid $350 for this helmet. So very, very cheap for a Normandy camo. But I think it looks fine. It looks all right. There really was nothing I could do about it. There was originally silver Sharpie over this. It was a dove. You can actually kind of still see the head of it. And that whatever was used in that silver Sharpie, I'm guessing some type of alcohol or acetone they use in that, it chewed right through the top original layer of green, which, like I said, it's not the end of the world. I know some of the purists out there are going to be, oh, it's a garbage helmet because it's not completely untouched, but it's still, I mean, it's a beautiful helmet. Then moving over here, you can see more of the pattern. That nice tight split pin. You can also see there is a couple little spots of paint damage, but nothing major. You see these still, even with destroyed paint, selling for $2,000 easy, so I'm not worried about it. And there's the front. This is where you can really get an idea of how nice of a camo this is. And it doesn't show up as good on camera, but it's there, and it is beautiful. Then over to here, this is the side. Other side, you can just see it. Look at those colors in there. When you're looking at a Normandy camo, you're always going to look for these colors. It's that dark green up there, and that light, that tannish color, and then that color brown. That's what you consider a textbook Normandy. This is what would have been used on the vehicles and whatnot. And then up top, you can see good condition. Still most of the paint. A lot of the times the paint on top of German helmets is gone. That's just from use. This one's not bad. A little spot that might be some battle damage. Might have been hit by some shrapnel or something. It's lightly dented in, which normally I think it's just from being dropped. But I'll show you guys the inside here in a minute, and I'll tell you why I think that's probably from something exploding, something hitting it and ricocheting. but it is slightly indented. And then up here, you also have these where the paint's been damaged. There, I think that could have just been peeling, but this one looks like something kind of skated across there and ripped that off. I don't think I showed the back yet. You got a tight pin like you're supposed to have. And honestly, well, since I mentioned it, I guess I'll talk about it with the pins. Some people are crazy about having super tight pins. It's not the end of the world if they're slightly loose. I mean, this helmet's a woodwork one, so I know it's all original, and you can see the original paint, but I mean, that one's a little loose. The pins they would loosen with regular wear, so that's not something to really worry about a whole lot if they're a little loose. Even this other front one's a little loose, but that was pretty tight. It's a little popped off there. But a lot of people say the liner's been taken out, it's been replaced. I mean, you got to remember, these things were worn. They're going to wear out. Now we flip it over. Here's the inside. Now the inside of this helmet is completely untouched. There's been no cleaning done to it. It's as is. This is the way it was. Compared to the shell, which had a little bit of work on it, but nothing insane. Just getting rid of that post-war Sharpie before it, I mean, it just looked bad. But, so here's the inside. You can see it basically has the full liner. A couple of the tongues, the ends of them are missing, but no chin strap, which it is what it is. As cheap as I paid for this, I don't care. I would have paid for the shell with the camo at the price I paid. You can see the inside. It has this nice, well, okay, so we'll get into something I think might be true about this helmet. Is I think it may have originally been painted as an Africa helmet. And the only reason I say that is because the way this inside is painted, with the tan, it's strange that the whole inside is painted like this. And usually you only see that on DAC painted helmets, but you do see it on Normandy, but I don't know, maybe it was painted Africa camo and then somebody did the Normandy. There's really no way to know. It could also just been a base layer, who knows, but I do think that's kind of interesting how you have that there. Also another interesting thing, if I can find it, I forget what side it's on, right there. See right there, it's got a fingerprint in the paint, that's always nice to have. I actually have a Iraqi helmet with that on it, which is interesting enough. But inside, oh, well, I guess since I was talking about that bump, if you notice over here, this staining, there's a good chance, now you can't say absolute, I wouldn't say 100% with this helmet just because there's no damage to it, and it's not, like, guaranteed. It could be water damage, but there is a chance there's blood in there. I'm not ready to say 100% on it, but it does have the little dent in the front, and the guy could have got smacked. I mean, you see a lot of German helmets with blood, so it's not as yeah. I mean, it's got mold in there. You can see that's usually what happens with blood, and if you have blood in the liner, it's going to be stiff like this. So there's a pretty good chance that's from. There's a pretty good chance that's blood. People like to say German helmets with blood are rare. That's absolutely not true. In fact, like I feel like, I'm not going to say most, but a good amount of the bringbacks you see, they're going to have blood in them. Because, well, the chances are the guys aren't taking these off live soldiers when they were taking them. Usually it was dead Germans. And this one is, as I could assume, this one's probably a bringback, just based off condition and where it came from. But, that's really about all I have for this helmet, but I just wanted to show you guys. It's a dream helmet of mine. It's a beautiful one, and I'm glad to own it. I was able to get it for the price I did, and yeah, it's really all I got to say about it. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram, World War II Collector 215 _. I sell items on there, I buy, whatever. If you want to get into contact with me, if you have stuff you want to sell, if it's fake, don't message me. Try to scam someone else. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe.